Hi, I'm Andrew Tharp, and I'm going to be discussing Intel's diversification strategy and their entrance into the software industry. With the advancement of Web 2.0, there was a need for additional software capabilities. Intel had some experience with software dating back to one of their earlier processors, but they had traditionally competed only in the hardware industry. Intel recognized the need to create a more dynamic experience for their customers in order to keep up with Web 2.0. So they had a goal of building a presence in the software industry. And they achieved that goal by purchasing 12 different companies over a period of 8 years. One of them was Wind River Systems, which they purchased in 2009. Now, it was quicker for Intel to acquire these companies in order to keep up with the rapidly advancing technology and to be able to exploit their resources to create value. On the front end, Intel focused on exploitation of resources. So Intel was able to expand their customer base by acquiring and retaining customers of Wind River. Running the company as an independent subsidiary helped them maintain the level of trust that Wind River customers had in the company. They were also better able to serve the existing customers they had with additional products. So they leveraged Wind River's knowledge in the embedded and mobile device market, which helped Intel to better serve the customers they had with other software and hardware offerings. Intel was also able to broaden their production capability. So with the acquisition of Wind River, this allowed Intel to increase their production capability with both new and current products. So they were able to compete consistently in both the software and hardware industry, and this created additional value in sales and profits for the company. So by 2011, which was 2 years after the Wind River acquisition, the company had generated almost $2 billion in revenue from software sales. This acquisition also helped them to adopt new technology platforms. So Wind River wrote software for many embedded devices, these being smartphones, car entertainment systems, and some robots as well. So Intel was able to adopt and utilize these platforms in order to be competitive in those markets as well. Now on the back end, Intel focused on expanding their resources. So with the acquisition, Intel gained market knowledge, and competing in the hardware and software industry allowed them this market knowledge, which then they could leverage to create value for the company. So Intel was able to use the unique knowledge from Wind River and some of their other acquisitions to successfully compete in the software segment. They were also able to add new brands. So expanding into the software industry brought in different products, which allowed Intel to offer new brands for those customers. And they could also couple this with some of their current products to create additional brands. They were also able to improve some of their quality and other best practices. And this was because of the new knowledge and capabilities that different companies they acquired brought to Intel when they were acquired. And this allowed Intel to refine some of their current practices and to make improvements. And finally, they were able to access innovative technology. So diversifying with an expansion into the software industry allowed Intel to access this new technology. And then they could leverage that technology with new skills and abilities in order to create new opportunities and value for the company.